Three.
Hey, hey, how you guys doing? Your boy Coach Ant. I'm here with Coach TWNE. Here today with another episode of No Cap Sports Talk. Today, I want to first take the time to say thank you to our sponsor, Hustling Heart and Pierre Desir. Sample Arby's representing. Appreciate you, Pete. All right, so now we're gonna jump in. Like I said, got my guy Coach TWNE here today. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Glad to be on the podcast for the first time.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to have you, brother. So, just want to dive right in. What's a little bit for the people that might not know about you, or the people that's met you on the back end of your life? Can you give us a little background about who you are, where you came from, and how your coaching journey got started, and even your playing journey as well.
Okay, yeah. So, football, for me, football is life, man. My father was a football coach, long-time football coach. So I got into the game, obviously. Uh, Coached my whole life. It's when he took up to the I can say Hall of Fame. They talk about how he had coached for 31 years. I was 30 years old. They talk about how he coached for 31 years. So it's kind of my thing, man. We all play football, play a lot of different positions, play a lot of different levels, man. Always just love the X's and O's of the game. Good player, but I was really into strategy. That was my thing. So obviously get that from my pops. I watched a lot of film. I had a lot of coaches that were my idols. Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, obviously. So just took off from that.
So, would you say, I'm guessing that, how do you think? Well, first, what's your athletic background? Where did you play, and what positions and stuff like that? So we can before we
Okay.
get to the coaching aspect.
Yeah. So I played running back and strong safety. Like strong safety. Yeah,
Athlete,
yeah.
athlete. Okay.
Even did some kick return, no punt return for the kick return. End up getting that. End up getting the kick return just because the guy that was doing kick return, he did a lot of dancing. I like that.
Next man up.
Dance, get the ball and go.
You know
So
how you supposed to. Next man up.
yeah,
I know.
get the ball and go. So you know what I'm saying? I transitioned to away from offense and just kind of got strictly with the defense. Just using the athleticism that I had at running back to be more of an outside, not really outside linebacker, be just a pass rusher, edge rusher. Uh, so I did that overseas. Uh, yeah, that was my thing. Like to hit the quarterback, hit the quarterback at that point. So when I was done, yeah, I came back. I played some semi-pro ball with some teams. Uh, Later on, man, just got into coaching from there, man. I always knew I wanted to be a coach. Kind of followed my pop's footsteps there. I always wanted to be a coach, and so now I'm coaching everything. Now I'm coaching everything. Coaching head coach of the Missouri Cyclones. Coaching at St. Dominic High School, coaching with 5P. Just
Got it
doing
going
everything.
on.
Yeah, I love the game.
And being around, like I said, with 5P and stuff like that, I know that you are like you do this at a high level. Like and other people say that like your football IQ through the roof, and I've seen it up close and personal. So, how do you feel your experiences as a player as a player and having your dad the way you grew up underneath him and experiencing what he went through and how he did things? How do you think that helped your transition from player to coach?
I think it helped a lot because on offense I played running back, right? And playing running back, I had to learn what the offensive line was doing because it's just I got to know what they doing up front so I don't get hit. Right. And defensively, I moved around a lot. I played strong safety, but I also played inside linebacker. I also played outside linebacker. Just moved around a lot, so teams couldn't really key in on me. My dad really wanted me to kind of understand all the little intricate parts of the game. Just I got to know what this person doing, that person doing that. It, Coaches talk about that, in film study. Like I wouldn't just sit in and watch my position, right? I want to know what everybody's doing and why they're doing it, because that helps me do my job, right? So yeah, I really got into that, man, and watching film and breaking film down, man. We was breaking film down when I was a little kid on VHS tapes. It's so much easier today on but
Whole
you,
different ball game.
you hit that rewind on that VHS, man. It's all grainy. You gotta make sure it's tracking right. Yeah, but that's just been my thing, man. Just learning playbooks. And, I mean, man, I still got 1991 playbook of the Cleveland Browns defense. Um,
Wow.
on Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, you know. So I love the game, man. Every single part of it, man. So I'm always learning, trying to stay around guys who also have high football IQs, and I like to pick their brain and see what it is they see, and saying why you see a certain way, and guys, guys who really love the game, like Coach Reed, Coach Wagner over at Luther and North, man. I pick their brains a lot. Pick their brains a lot, man. So point that might be time me asking questions.
Hey, shout out to Coach Reed. Shout out to Coach Wagner.
Yeah, man. Man, I'm always, hey, big bro, what you think about this? And what would you do with that? And just I have my own ideas, but I mean, you seen it. You seen the notebook I gave you.
Yeah.
Man, I got about 20 of those at home. Just me drawing.
Hey, like I
just-
said, football like you through the roof. Man. Like all you do is think. Just come up and
I'm
say,
ready for something, man. Whatever, man. I'm ready for everything.
Stay ready, so you don't got to get ready.
Oh, me.
I totally, definitely understand. So now, like with you being at St. Dominic right now, and being head coach of the Cyclones, what do you prioritize as far as like when it comes to development? What do you prioritize? How do you go about that from with your high school guys and with the Cyclones that being semi-pro? Is it a different approach or is it the same? Or
Yeah. So high school and semi-pro is completely different. Um, at the semi-pro level, I can't speak for other people's teams, but with our team, we have a lot of guys who play college ball, a lot of guys who play pro arena football and stuff like that.
gotcha.
So they have the habits, they have the tendencies and whatnot, and it's just all about you're more so just trying to get those guys to do what they do within the scheme of what you want to do,
Right.
and
That
getting
makes
them to trust each other and be less about me, and
That ego.
more about the team. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, everybody grown, they got egos, they ballers. I did this, I did that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing when you get too many of those personalities
For sure.
all at at the same time. With high school, I mean, I love high school football so much more, man, because those kids, they don't have those bad habits, they don't have those tendencies yet. At that point, you're still molding them, right? Like you're still teaching them, the way that they, should, the way that they practice, the way that they warm up, like you really get to help shape them into something,
That is very true.
into something great, man. And they listen. They listen. They don't have those bad habits, man. They listen. You know how adults are, man. Even when you get to the collegiate level, like they start to develop that, they own their own little thing and their own little habits.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
They know it all.
They know it all, man. And the great ones know how to break from that. But you get a lot of mediocre that'll sit in that. But in high school, you really don't have that. So I love the high school game. I love the high school game for that reason, man. Those kids are hungry. Those kids want to learn. They want to play. You know what I'm saying? They want to get things right. So yeah, I definitely love the high school game.
I can definitely understand that. It would definitely make it a lot more easier for you to do what you love. So,
Oh, yeah.
You don't got to battle a bunch of egos.
Yeah.
No
No doubt.
I definitely can understand that. 'Cause, like I be telling people that it really come back to an energy thing, and that's contagious. Like whatever you put out, people gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna spread. So,
Definitely.
you know what I'm saying? And that's with anything. So it's good that you brought that up for sure. And what are your expectations moving forward with St. Dominic? Like how do you expect like this upcoming season for instance? Like what are your goals? What are the things that you guys thinking about changing or implementing or you know what I'm saying, you standing on or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So a lot of people don't. We had a lot of success last year. Ultimately, the goal was to win state. We fell short. Um, in the district championship to a really good, Zumwalt North team, really disciplined team, and um, we just try to first not beat ourselves. That's the number one thing. A lot of teams, that we played against, I talked to the coaches before after the game and said, yeah, we know that you guys aren't going to beat yourselves. You guys aren't going to make mistakes. In that championship game, that district championship, we had a few uncharacteristic mistakes, bunch of penalties, man. That just not normally like us. So we try to clean stuff like that up in house and make sure saying we doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then, from there, if we're doing everything right, then, from there, then we kind of let the talent shine after that. But, my dad used to say, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, what they do don't matter. So it's focus on what you're supposed to be doing. So I feel like if we go out there and we're executing the way we know we execute, sky's the limit for us. It's a young team. Yeah, young team, man, and they had another year to get better. Quarterback was a sophomore last year. We're pretty excited about what he could do as a junior. Got some real nice young weapons. I think it's gonna be a fun season for us, man. It's gonna be a fun season.
I'm happy to hear that, brother. Happy to hear that, because like I said, I know you're gonna take care of him. I know you're gonna coach him up. I already know you're gonna put him in position. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it's all little things. Make sure y'all doing everything right that y'all need to. Not shooting yourself in the foot, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Details.
Man.
Yeah, I know this one coach always say that, man. This one coach, man. This dude named Coach Ant. Always it's the details.
Detail, man. These young boys don't realize.
Detail.
Man, because the biggest thing I realize, especially like these younger guys, is like some of them, like I'm talking about like youth football, like they be talented and they can run circles around guys, but then they get to that high school level, they get to the next level, and it's like this other guy, same size, same talent, you know what I'm saying? Or they might not have the same talent, but they working their ass off and they got that football IQ. You know what I'm saying? So now that gap quickly closes. And it's like guys start getting frustrated now, and that I'm starting to realize that's what's happening with the college recruiting, with the portal and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what happens a lot. I mean, I train a lot of kids. You train a lot of kids, so we both see it. And you can see the raw talent versus the ones who working at it.
100%.
And man, early on, the first few sessions, that athlete gonna shine. And about 3 months down the road, that one that's been working, it looked different. It looked different.
They don't realize.
It looked different, man. Cause sure you can beat me to the spot and be faster, but if I've been working and I got my technique and I got my IQ and I know what route you about to run, I'm gonna run the route for you. Yeah, so people don't realize, man. That's what happened to a lot of these. That's what happened to a lot of these players, man. They're so used to relying on their, God-given athletic ability. And what happens when you're not the fastest no more? What happens when you're not the biggest? You're not the strongest? I mean, they talk about Jerry Rice all the time. His 40-yard dash, 4.7. Who would ever think that a receiver that ran a 4.7 and a 40 would have the most career receiving yards? Like
details matter.
The details matter.
One of the
fast to get open.
I forgot Xavier Worthy just beat it, but the fastest 40 before that, I forgot his name.
John Ross?
Yeah, what do you do?
What do you do?
You know what I'm saying? So it's just them details matter.
The details matter, man. So
100%, man. No, I'm glad you said that. You made a couple great points, I will say. But moving on, what is I want to speak on like the recruiting process. I don't know how much or how involved you are with it, but just for knowing what you know and what you've seen and experienced for like the younger guys that may be watching, what's some advice that you would give to them on and off the field? You know what I'm saying? With school, preparation, camps, huddle, any and everything you can think of,
I mean, we can start with the games. One thing I think a lot of kids don't realize is, man, when they watch film on you, they don't just watch your highlights. Like these scouts they'll go and watch that entire game, and they'll see your highlights, but they'll also see that you gave up on that route. They'll watch that. They'll see if you're a receiver and we ran the ball. They'll see that you didn't try to block. They'll see things like that. They'll see the plays that you quit on. They'll see you on the sideline. They'll see you if y'all in a tight game or y'all losing. They'll see your body language. They'll see if you over there interacting with your teammates, if you hyping them up. And I think a lot of kids forget that. They put these 5-minute highlights out on Huddle, and they forget that, man, these coaches have access to your whole game. No cap. Yeah.
No cap at all.
They'll go back and
No cap
they'll
at
go back
all.
and look, and they see you, and you stormed off down the sideline because you didn't get the ball on the play. Who's gonna bring that into their program? I'm not giving you a scholarship to come in and have that type of attitude.
Come on now.
You know, I mean, they see you not finishing plays. They see you with that. It's you're not taking pregame seriously. Like you don't think they pay attention. Like these kids don't think they pay attention to all that. And these coaches, they do. They do. They will talk, and they will talk to every single coach or trainer you've ever been around. They will ask,
Literally, they is vetting.
what is
Vetting.
this kid like? They will ask every single time. So, you know, I mean, if football is what you want to be your profession, if football is what you want to do at the next level, not even be your profession, but if you're trying to go to college with it, you have to carry yourself as a professional. You have to carry yourself like that's your job. Like, I mean, eh, grades. I don't understand why
No
they
cap.
don't realize that grades are so important. Grades are extremely important, man. They student athlete for a reason. Student is first.
I say that all the time.
The student part
it's
is
like they
first.
forget it. You ain't no athlete student. You are a student
It is a
athlete. Come on.
student athlete, and I think a lot of kids, lose track of that, and they think that the only man, this not 1980s and stuff, man. They looking at your grades. They looking at your grades, man. You're not just going. They're not just giving you a scholarship because you can play ball, because he can play ball too. He got
And
a
he got
3.8.
like what we talking about. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like
can
like
play
you
ball
said.
too. He got 3.8, so
Man, they don't realize this social media too is a game changer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
social media.
These
man.
coaches got hundreds of recruits in their DMs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
These man, look, these coaches, they will go all on your Twitter, all through your Instagram.
no cap. Years back, they going through your likes, your
They-
mentions.
Yes,
all
and
of
that's another thing that a lot of kids like. Oh man, I didn't post this and this, but it shows that you liked this. It shows that
literally
you
pops up on the time.
and it shows that you like this. So although you didn't say it, that's what you putting out there into the atmosphere, man. And you gotta be extremely careful with what you doing on social media, man, because nobody wants to bring in a guy that has what they deem as character flaws. And if you're showing signs of that, I'm not gonna bring that into my program, and risk potentially having some type of incident, some type of scandal. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't control yourself when you in mom and dad's house, what's gonna happen when you in the dorm? You
No
away
supervision.
you away from the supervision.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen then? Can I trust you to be mature enough? I don't think so. So I think a lot of young athletes forget about stuff like that, man. Those things are extremely important, man. If you're an athlete, you got to carry yourself as a professional athlete, man, nonstop, 24/7, man.
Okay. And I think it's important for these young guys to hear that because, like you said, they don't really think about it. And some of them just don't know. Like, I'm truly starting to realize that. Like, some of them that trust me. They know exactly what they doing, you know what I'm saying? They just sitting in it, you know what I'm saying? It's some of them, but they is bumping their head and have no idea that they're bumping their head, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel it's important for them to have guys and coaches like us to, point and lead them in that direction.
Right,
It's
right.
important for us to have a podcast platform like this so guys can, turn into the YouTube video, or turn into, you know what I'm saying, tune into the little snippet on Instagram or whatever, and then catch you talking about that little part, and then they click for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, definitely,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Because that's the thing, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we do little stuff like this, and so why we try to have different people on. 'Cause different brains, different experiences, different people, different connections. You know what I'm saying? Just you never know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you never
saying?
know,
So,
man. Sometimes these kids just sometimes just they got to hear from somebody that they know, they feel like they can relate to, what to really resonate with them. And since they don't want to hear from they don't know that coach, he's just talking. But then there's somebody who maybe look like them, or maybe from their background, and it's like, hey, this is what I'm telling you the truth, or I can trust that because what I'm saying, he me,
like you said, it
you know what I'm saying, I can relate to him. So that's another reason, man. That's another reason I love dealing with the youth, man, because I can relate to a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? I've
Man,
been
no cap.
in a
No
lot of
cap.
the, I'm
That's why I
telling you,
love doing it.
a lot of the situations that that they could possibly go through. Like I've been through all of that, and I try to make sure I push kids away from some things that I've done that have tripped me up in life. Yeah, I just try to keep them away from that, man, and show them like, hey, this could happen or that could happen. Which one you know what I'm saying? Like, a
I
lot
tell
of kids
guys all
get
the
caught up
time, you
in
got
that.
two choices no matter what you think.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got two choices no
you
matter what
do,
you think
man, and
when
it's
you face with the decision.
yeah, they gotta, and they just gotta hone in on what it is they really want to do, man. And education is so is so important. A lot of them get caught up in, D1, D. I had a kid telling me a couple of weeks ago. He's like, man, I don't really know what school I want to go to, but D1 is D1. And I said, I mean, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is getting my education paid for. Is getting my education paid for.
Which is priority.
Whether you go D1 or D2, if somebody offering you some money to come learn.
Come on now. That's a blessing. That's what I realized. They take it for granted because, like I said, it come back to the social media. I feel like they get D1 all in their face. People getting offers, guys. You know what I'm saying? The highlight clips and cut ups. You know what I'm saying? It's all in their face. That's all they want. That's all they want to be involved.
That's all they want to be involved. It's like, man, you gotta live your life. You only get one, so you gotta live yours the best that you can. So, what I'm saying? Every path ain't meant for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Your road might be different, so
Completely different.
you gotta hone in on what's most important to you. What should be number one is getting that education, man. Give you something to fall back on. 'Cause NFL careers, man, not everybody make it to the NFL, and not many make it past a year or two.
I think the average is like
3 years. That's why you don't get your benefits till 4.
Mm-hmm.
You get your benefits at 4. Yeah.
Hey, hey, man.
It's
Used to be.
yeah,
Used to be.
yeah. Average NFL for 3 years, man. Look how many first round picks that don't last past that rookie contract.
That's real.
It's a lot of it. Got nothing else to fall back on.
That's the thing. Like, it's so many moving parts that I think. And same thing with college. So many moving parts that guys don't think about. Like, okay, what if you do go D1? Okay, now you get there and you ain't the most talented in the. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the most talented in the room no more. You're not even the second or third talented in the room no more. Now what?
Yeah.
You want to be here, and it's what you wish to hope for. Now what?
Look at guys like Brandon Jacobs. A lot of people remember Brandon Jacobs. Running back for the Giants.
Yeah.
They remember he went to Carbondale, but nobody remember why he went to Carbondale. He went to Auburn. He went to Auburn first. He was sitting behind Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Brown. What you
Like,
gonna do?
What can you do?
Can't be the big man on campus everywhere. So you gotta. That's what I say, man. You gotta live your life. You get one life, man. You gotta do what's best for you. And so sometimes that road look a little different from what you thought it was. So,
That's the biggest thing.
yeah.
It usually gonna happen different or look different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It rarely goes. At least for me. Well, for most people that I talk to them, it really goes how you expect.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
My thing is you just gotta stay committed to the work set before you. That's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's good to have goals and stuff like that. But the best way to ensure you get to your goal is to stay focused and work.
Stay focused. Man.
Working it down.
That's a very, very, very detailed conversation I had with my nephew, man. Shout out my nephew Maxwell Weber, man. But
Yeah, my guy Matt.
his path was different from what he thought it would be. He left high school, went to Cobra Stockton, got himself into a situation, and he came in he came involved with me with the Cyclones, and this is my nephew, and I wasn't letting him get on the field. Like like mentally you weren't there. Like you can play ball, but you know what I'm saying. Like the whole point is to get you back thinking like a man and handling your responsibilities. And man, he gave me a year and a half. He spent a year and a half with me, man, and you know what I'm saying. I won't say it was all me, but it helped him change his life. Man, that boy went to Avila. What they do? He got 2 rings with Avila, and he playing that Mid American Nazarene now.
Yeah.
About to graduate with 2 degrees.
That That's saying something.
Man, we just
That's
talked the
saying
other
something.
day. He was
No
like, "Oh,
cap.
I'm about to." He's, you know, he said, you know, I did doubles. He said, I'm about to graduate with 2 degrees. Yeah, that's what I'm proud of. I mean, the football stuff cool, but
Literally,
that
that's
right there, that's what we needed right there. You know, so shout out to him, man, for staying focused, man. I
big shout
love, I
out to
love, I
him.
love nephew, man. Yeah, he stayed for that. He bugged you though. I know he bugged. That boy like to work.
Hey, you doing though? Hey, I love it
That
though.
boy
I
like to
love it
work.
because I love the coach. I love the train. So I love the help. So
That boy
people,
love to work.
they love the work. I love the help.
He
Let's
let
get
me.
it.
I'm finna be in town, man. What's up with Coach Ant?
Yeah, that's my guy for
Yeah,
sure.
hit him up.
Definitely take care of him. Show that. But yeah, man, my biggest thing is like with this platform is just making sure that people have their voice to speak out on their experiences or whatever they want, they feel is important to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I've realized different aspects of coaching and different aspects of the game resonate with people. You know what I'm saying? Like the X and O's and like the relationships may resonate more with you, but it might be like I know for other coaches it's more like they like working in the school, like just the atmosphere of everything, you know what I'm saying? Just being in a certain role and seeing back certain positions, you know what I'm saying? I've noticed how those dynamics have made a difference with their teams and with those players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like how do you feel what do you feel like is your specific coaching style, no matter what environment? Because you say you do a lot of coaches, 5P, Cyclone, so what's the thing you really like to implement for you personally when like especially if you get new guys, new faces, new team, like what's something that you gotta set in stone?
Um, Number one, man, I like to. I love structure.
Mm,
I love structure. I mean, because without it, you got nothing but chaos. So I love
no cap.
structure for one, and then I would say a very close second, like maybe I would say a 1B would be learning the players, learning the guys that I'm coaching because they say you can only coach to the depth of your level of knowing that person. I can if I know what makes you go, I can coach you a certain way. I can't do it can't be cookie cutter across the board because everybody don't learn the same way.
Yes.
Everyone's not
Yeah.
receptive to the same type of teaching and coaching. Everybody learns differently. So where this kid, I'm not really a yeller, but where this kid I can yell at, and he retaining the information. He's not hearing the tone. He's hearing the
The
words.
words. Yeah.
And that's cool. But for him, he may not be able. You probably can't call him out in front of a group because then he'll probably go into a shell. You probably got to pull him to the side a little bit, like, hey, this is what you're doing. This is what you probably should be doing. What I'm saying? You got to coach everybody a little different, but you don't know that if you don't know that player. So I love to build relationships with my players first, man. My cyclone guys, they all call, they all call me their brother. At St. Dominic, I say, man, by the time the school started, we did the summer practices and all that stuff. By the time the school started, well, they was looking at me like I was their big brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we had the end of the year banquet and stuff, man. Hey, everybody know, my thing is, at the games I wear character socks. I love character socks, man. And I always switch up my shoes and I only eat candy. I only eat candy during football practice or football games, man. Just I don't know, the sugar just give me a little rush. Kind of remind me of my days growing up, man. I used to so it started with my cousin Travanti and my boy Doc Gooden at Cahokia, man. They used to eat Smarties on the sideline. Like my dad was the head, my dad was the coach. So I was always on the sideline. So I was eating Smarties with them. And then when I got to high school, I was at the game eating Skittles and stuff. I eat Skittles. Like, that was my thing. So like during football, practice and games, I was eating candy, man. At the end of the year banquet, man, the kids bought me a big old bag of Jolly Ranchers,
Oh,
bro.
that's love.
They bought me
That's love.
a couple packs of character socks and stuff because
That's
they know I wear.
love.
Yeah, but it's like building those relationships. I still talk to these guys. My boy Thomas Polian, man. I talk to him all the time. The events that he's gotten a couple of awards and whatnot. His parents invite me to those. Like, hey, you come on out. We want you to be there. We just built that type of relationship. So I like to learn my guys. You know what I'm saying? It helps me coach them better, and it helps me to understand them better. You know what I'm saying? So I can do what I need to do to help them do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? So I really like to learn. So structure and learning my guys, those are the two most important things.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And I love that you said that because that's one of the biggest things I had to learn this year. Like naturally, I was already doing it, but I wasn't conscious of it. But like, 'cause I'm naturally a people's person. But I had to realize the more you pour into your athletes, and you know what I'm saying, the more you can get out of them. 'Cause like you said, y'all know each other, y'all can understand each other. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And because now you can talk, like you said, certain guys you understand, you pull them to the side, like okay, hey, hey, I'm gonna take care of you, type of relationship we got. Like, okay, I need you to do this for me. This how I need you to do it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling you out. I ain't talking to you crazy. You know what I'm saying? But another guy, you might be able to, hey, I need you to do this and then, you know what I'm saying? In front of everybody right there on the spot. And it's like, okay, you can
yeah,
take that. You know what I'm
you can
saying?
take that.
And that's yes, like you said. I feel like that's a big thing that a lot of coaches miss. I think now that you say that, I think that that's one of the few things that separate coaches from being good and great. But
Hmm.
it's coaches that just know the X and O's and they can, you know what I'm saying, know defenses
Oh
and
yeah.
offense like the back of their hand, but it's like, okay, what do you know about your kids and what they got going on in their everyday life? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Who they are as people outside of the team and you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying in football. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
that completely changed the dynamic.
Bro, I'm telling you, at St. Dominic, bro, football practice, we break down into position groups and whatnot, or we even do, offense or defense, whatever. My thing was the offense, but every last guy on the offense, bro, I can tell you about all types of stuff outside of football. You know what I'm saying? What
That's
they
how it should
what they
be.
interested in. You know what I'm saying? What type of music they like. TV shows, books. What their grades are like. What they doing at school. Like, we had those conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because the X's and O's, they're the X's and O's, man. Those gonna be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I'm a player, why am I giving you everything I got? And I feel like you don't even care. You know what I'm saying? This is just a job to you.
Like I
If it's
said,
just a job to you, then
change
it's
that
just a job to
dynamic.
me. You know what I'm saying? So,
100%.
I'm definitely, man. We talk about all types of stuff, man. I was trying to get them to listen to Queen. I listen to all type of music, so it threw them off that I was listening to Queen.
See, they don't know, like,
I
man,
like Queen. It threw them off, man. But by the end of the season, yeah, they like, oh man, coach, yeah, they start singing. They sing
can't
a
do that.
song
Yeah,
and
he
stuff.
got
Yeah.
it. Got it
You know what I
wrong.
mean? Rap
Okay.
City, I like music, man. They telling me about ACDC. Like, yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
get
I
them
know
help.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get them help. Throw
Well,
it back a little
yeah,
bit.
that's just come, building that relationship with them, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I see him. I see him out. Hey, Coach Swan. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way I saw my dad. You know what I'm saying? When my dad passed, I got so many texts, phone calls, Facebook messages, and all types of
I'm
people
sorry for
who
your loss, man.
who played.
And I
Appreciate
can
it.
only imagine. 'Cause,
That
you know what I'm saying?
all
30
these
years of
people that
coaching,
played for him.
people that he touched it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and there
saying?
was like people that I didn't remember. I'm like, how you remember this? I know we got the same name, but I was like 3 when I met you.
Yeah.
But they sending me messages and stuff like, yo, saying your dad was, he meant a lot to us, and a lot of the guys, I'm like, saying your dad was like my dad too. Saying a lot of kids. That was the reason my dad never left high school. Saying left high school coaching. Like, he got a lot of, especially when he won Coach of the Year, like he got a lot of offers to go coach at the collegiate level, and he would never do it. It was because he said, he wanted to be at the high school level where he could help shape and mold these guys who really needed a father type thing. You know what I'm saying?
I respect it. I
A
do.
lot of those guys in the collegiate area didn't have a father figure. So and he was, that was him. So a lot of people, and he built these relationships with these families, man, and that's what I'm trying to do. Just trying to help the best I can because life is bigger than football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Football is a big help, man. They really teach you how to deal with a lot of different people, man. Because you got all walks of life, and y'all don't need each other. It's only y'all 11 on the field at a time. It ain't like basketball where you rely on one person. You need every last person to do their
Everybody
job.
got to do their part.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback and everything is blocked correctly, and I throw a dot, and you the receiver and you drop it, or good it, you know what I'm saying? It take all 11 of us. So, yeah, I just I love that, man. Learning people, man, and just building those relationships, man. That's major.
Man, that's a great answer. I ain't gonna lie. That's a great answer. So we're gonna leave it at that for today. It was a pleasure to have you on, brother. It really
Man,
was.
pleasure to be on.
Pleasure to have you on, man. And yeah, you left us with a lot of great things. So, like I said, we're gonna end it there. And like I appreciate you coming out, appreciate you taking the time and all the information and gems you dropped. I appreciate our listeners and viewers will appreciate it as well. All right, and we definitely look forward to having you back on again. And especially if we get you on during the season when St. Dom running through people, get you back on here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, you know I'm gonna be back.
Yes, sir. But alright. Signing out. Do our little dance. Do our little dance over here. Do our little dance over here. Yeah. No cap.
No, I ain't playing with them. No, I ain't playing with them. I ain't playing with them. No, I ain't playing with them. All of my jeans got bands in them. I knock them out of my head.